Hello, welcome to Universe 1 episode 266, week 76. This is Monday Night Raw. My voice has returned, and yeah, this shouldn't be opening up the show.
From Silsbee, Texas, weighing 418 pounds, the WWE undisputed champion, the world's strongest man, Mark Henry.
Mark Henry has refused to wrestle in the main event, where he was originally scheduled to wrestle Triple H again, because he's bored of wrestling some of the talents on Raw, and until there's someone who can actually challenge him, he will not appear in the main event or anywhere near that. He will just show up as early as possible, wrestle, and leave. So Mark Henry is becoming irate at the lack of challenges on Raw, which is odd, to say the least.
From Sarasota, Florida, weighing 245 pounds, Macho Man, Randy Savage.
I mean, I guess Henry, just because he's so bored, he just wants to move on and get it. I suppose he just wants to get it out of the way and go home, which isn't very respectful to the WWE Championship or the Raw brand itself, but that's Mark Henry's way of doing it. And until there is a rightful challenger for Mark Henry's title, I think we're going to be stuck like this for a little while. Anyway, yes, he's starting things off against Macho Man because Randy Savage defeated Kofi Kingston Saturday on Velocity to get a match on Raw. Well, as a way of bump starting your career again, it's not going to be easy against Mark Henry. Mark Henry has said, though, there's no need to worry because he has already scheduled an opponent for Triple H in the main event, who he will reveal to us later tonight. Who will be revealed when it's time for Triple H's match, when, you know, the guy is actually coming out. But let's talk you through the match card for tonight. We have two kind of surprise guys going on, in a way, because next up we have Steiner and Goldberg in tag team action, taking on Rick Rude, not with Damien Sandow. He said he's moving away from Damien Sandow. He's found someone else who he feels as if can take over from Sandow, and we will be seeing him in action, teaming with Rick Rude next. Then we have Luke Harper taking on Daniel Bryan, which should be an amazing match between those two competitors. Then we have Kurt Angle, who defeated Luke Harper last week, taking on Bray Wyatt. If Kurt Angle can beat Bray Wyatt, he's the #1 contender for the United States Championship. If not, then we'll crown a United States Championship. No, that was stupid. We'll crown a #1 contender for the United States Championship at a later date. And our main event was supposed to be Triple H versus this man, Mark Henry, but has now been moved to Triple H versus whoever. So with that being said, I think it's about time to wrap up the first match, apparently. Well, there's the power slam. And here comes the ending. Mark Henry probably realized he could have ended off that signature power slam, but he just wants to do this for the sake of it. World's strongest slam. And there's the pin. 1, 2, 3. Mark Henry wins just like that, and now gets to move on and go home. So, what a match. 10 out of 10.
Here is your winner, the world's strongest man, Mark Henry.
So yeah, Mark Henry just decimated Macho Man. Well, it's not good, is it? Oh well, it was probably going to happen in the main event. Although I do want to say one last thing about Henry. He said that there's no challenges for his title. I don't know, Daniel Bryan last week really took it to Mark Henry and almost beat him. Mark Henry just at the last moment though was able to pull out the win with a quick bear hug. So I don't know, I guess he might be just have a bit of worry more than anything about there being someone who is actually able to step up to him. I don't know. But anyway, let's move on to our next match as Steiner and Goldberg get set to take on Rick Rude and his new tag team partner.
The following tag team contest is scheduled for one fall. On the way to the ring, from
after their debut 2 weeks ago, Goldberg and Scott Steiner proved that they are that one of those new dominant tag teams we're looking for on the Raw brand. I recently stated how there isn't enough, but Goldberg and Steiner may actually be a new challenge to the world's largest underdogs, which would be perfection, because that's just what we need. We need more, what's the word I'm looking for? More damaging tag teams on this brand. It's kind of struggling a bit. And yeah, I think it's finally time to explain why there was no commentary on SmackDown or Velocity. But first, Goldberg's entrance has to end. Alright, there we go. That's out of the way. Now then, oh, Justin Roberts going to introduce Steiner and everything. Give me a second.
And his tag team partner, from Detroit, Michigan, weighing 276 pounds, Scott Steiner.
So the reason for it was that, well, my voice kind of disappeared over the weekend, and I could barely talk. But then I wanted to try and get the co-commentator who does a few shows every now and then to jump in and help, but they were not available during the weekend, so we kind of just had to go with no commentary, which was a shame. But nevertheless, back here now, feeling better, and looks like we're going to have more shows back on track with commentary and everything. So anyway, let's get ready to rumble. I have no clue why I just thought of that. But yeah, here comes Rick Rude.
And their opponents first, from Robbinsdale, Minnesota, weighing 251 pounds, ravishing Rick Rude.
Rick Rude was always one of those people who, as I've always stated, is one of those superstars who is so talented but never held a championship and really deserved one. And maybe with this new tag team partner, they can find their way to the World Tag Team Championships. But the thing is, we just don't know who this tag team partner is yet. So, I guess without further ado, let's introduce him. This is actually very good by Rick Rude. This is a good way of moving on from Sandow, I'll give him that.
Team partner, from Windsor, Ontario, Canada,
Bobby Roode, the new tag team partner of Rick Rude. This is actually very good for both men, because both men have been struggling for a long time. Both men deserve a championship. In Rude's case, he deserves another championship. And as a partnership, these two guys could really take over the Raw brand. Well, the Raw Tag Team division, and I think this is a tremendous job by Rick Rude. Bobby Roode is he's an amazing superstar, and is the perfect replacement for Damien Sandow. The only question is, what's Sandow going to do after this? Right now, we don't know, but also right now, we want to see how Bobby Roode does. I guess it's just not the best team to go up against with these two powerhouses. You got Bobby Roode and Rick Rude, two very skilled athletes who deserve another championship, or a championship. And then we've got Steiner and Goldberg. Scott Steiner looking to become a Triple Crown champion, and Goldberg also looking to win a title. Goldberg, one of the most dominant superstars in his debut, completely tore up the Raw brand for a few months, and was one of those people who deserved to win a title, but just never got it. He's a bit like Triple H. But maybe this tag team can help build towards a title for Goldberg, and I do of course want Scott Steiner to become a Triple Crown champion. Scott Steiner was a hardcore champion as well, so I believe Steiner will be the second Grand Slam champion, if I'm not mistaken. Yes, he was a hardcore champion, and yeah, he may actually become the second Grand Slam champion, because we have 3 Triple Crown champions but 1 Grand Slam champion. Because if I remember rightly, Mark Henry, I was thinking of Mark Henry because I was thinking of Hardcore Championship. If I remember rightly, Randy Orton never was a Hardcore champion. Right, so with that being said, back to this match. Scott Steiner right now just tagged in. We got a bit of purple off between these two. It really hasn't gone Rick Rude's way right from the off. Bobby Roode hasn't even been in this match yet, and here is the elbow with the kiss of the muscle 1, 2. No, Bobby Roode in to make the save and break it up. And now trying to save Rick Rude some more by putting him in his corner. However, Bobby Roode's not there to make the tag, and Rick Rude is... Oh my god, Steiner was kicked back, and Steiner's gonna fly! Shoulder tackle by Steiner, nicely done. Tag made into Goldberg. Uh-oh, Goldberg looking to end it. Oh no. Well, Bobby Roode just crashed off the announce table. Goldberg has Rick Rude up. Jackhammer. Is that all? 1, 2. Rude saves the match again. That being Bobby. He saves the match again for the team. Keeping Rick Rude alive for a little bit longer. Bad choice of words. Keeping Rick Rude in this match for a little bit longer. Can Rude get tagged in? Goldberg still restricting the tag from being made. I mean, if you want to win quickly, this is a good way of doing so. Well, that was an interesting leg lock. But I didn't get the job done. Oh my god, Steiner's flying. Alright. That went tremendous for him. And now shoulder tackles by Goldberg. And a huge strike to the back. He's going in Bobby Roode's corner, but Roode replying with a grab. Maybe he shouldn't have done that. And now, a slap across the face by Rick Rude. Slapping the taste out of Goldberg's mouth there. Can he finally make the tag in? Well, he seems to be having some troubles. And here we go, he's fallen over. Finally, Bobby Roode is in the match. But he can't. Well, that didn't go well for him. Just ducked right away by Goldberg. Uh-oh, catches the boot, sweeps down Goldberg, trying to show off against Goldberg a little bit, trying to disrespect him. Oh my god! And that's what happens when you try to disrespect Goldberg. Caught in midair with a huge spear. 1, 2. Steiner has no clue what he's doing. Rick Rude can't hit an elbow, and Goldberg and Steiner pick up the win there. Great hot tag. Well done, Bobby Roode. Waited all the match to get him in, and he get hit. Amazing. Well, to be fair, that was a little bit out of nowhere. You know, that spear sort of hit just sudden. Bobby Roode got stopped in his tracks. However, while Goldberg and Steiner get another win and look even better, you got to think the future will look bright for Bobby Roode and Rick Rude. I think there'll be good things for both teams in the future. Alright, with that being said, let's move on to our next contest. Luke Harper, the United States Champion, takes on a former United States Champion in Daniel Bryan. That should be a good match, and that one is up next. Hang on a minute.
Making his way to the ring, accompanied by Dolph Ziggler, representing the family from Rochester, New York, the United States Champion, Luger Hubert.
At ringside with Luke Harper, not Bray Wyatt, but an old friend of Daniel Bryan's, Dolph Ziggler. He really has it in for Bryan, doesn't he? At ringside with Harper, just to further rub it in to Daniel Bryan. Rub in that Ziggler left Bryan and just trying to annoy him.
From Aberdeen, Washington, Daniel Bryan.
I gotta admit, even though I don't agree with it, it is a very good tactic. He's trying to play mind games with Bryan. He's trying to get Bryan off of his game so he will slip up and attack Dolph Ziggler just so he can watch Daniel Bryan lose another match. He is willing to take he's willing to take a beating from Daniel Bryan just to watch him lose. He just wants to see Daniel Bryan lose. And he is trying to distract Bryan in this match tonight against Harper. Alright, here we go. What can Bryan do with Dolph Ziggler at ringside? Can he put him off his game enough to get Harper a win? Because after last week, Harper really needs a win. He was very close to defeating Kurt Angle, but just couldn't get the job done. But Bryan, after almost beating Luke Harper last week, wow, I'm an idiot. After beating almost beating Mark Henry last week, is just exploding out of the blocks. He's still got that momentum from last week. Because if Mark Henry couldn't get that Bay hug on, who knows? Mark Henry may have lost his first match. Daniel Bryan right now really taking it to Luke Harper. Harper, though, replying back. And now the referee is having a pep talk with Bryan. Harper's got him in the corner. Huge splash down. Dolph Ziggler just staring at Daniel Bryan. Bryan's doing a good job, though. He's not looking at him. He's not giving him the attention that Ziggler wants from Bryan. He's got his focus on one man and one man only, and that's Luke Harper. As he's got the idea of he'll deal with Dolph Ziggler another time. Of course, you know, he wants his hands on Dolph Ziggler for what he did, but right now his business is with Luke Harper, not with Dolph Ziggler. This is a smart idea from Bryan. He's trying to counteract Ziggler's attempts of antagonizing Dolph Ziggler here tonight. Daniel Bryan here tonight. See, when you haven't what's what I'm looking for? Recorded with your voice since Tuesday of last week, you start to forget a bit. And you start to make mistakes, and I'm making a lot of mistakes tonight. I haven't recorded in almost a week, alright? Maybe some slack. Back suplex by Luke Harper. Daniel Bryan really fighting back. Bryan catches the punch, and now goes to work on Luke Harper. These kicks across the chest. Harper really in trouble, and one across the skull, and he goes to the outside, and he falls on the floor. And he has to Dolph Ziggler. Oh, Ziggler knew that was coming. And look at that. Scoop slams Bryan. That is a measure of disrespect. And now on the outside, it's 2-on-1. Over the steps goes Bryan. Here comes the number game. Dolph Ziggler, of course, riding on a high of momentum as well after beating Triple H last week. Dolph Ziggler. Oh, now Ziggler. Oh, they're going face to face, and Daniel Bryan shrugging him off. Now look at this, he's getting sort of 2-on-1 right now. Ziggler sending him back into the ring. Harper with a huge elbow. Bryan now. Once again with Harper against the ropes, slams him. Gonna fly. Nope, he's missed Ziggler again. And now the mind games start being played. Now Dolph Ziggler is in control. Look at this. He's going right. He is going for Dolph Ziggler, but he's making a mistake, and Dolph Ziggler has just been asked to leave. Maybe that was a smart idea by Bryan. Bryan was trying to get him thrown out. And look at this. Even after he's been told to leave. Further attacking by Daniel Bryan. Oh, but a tilt-a-whirl backbreaker by Harper as he goes for him. Dolph Ziggler having respect to leave. I'm surprised. But on the outside now, Bryan and Harper going at it. And Bryan with a crossbody flying onto Harper. A count on 5 now. Harper going to make his way back in the ring. Bryan follows suit. And once again, Bryan making a misjudged angle and missing that elbow there. Luke Harper. Can he take control after the mind games? Knees to the gut. Trying to injure the ribs of Daniel Bryan the same way he did to Roman Reigns 2 weeks back, which won him that United States Championship. Of course, Roman Reigns still out until after Vengeance with recovering from his cracked ribs, which I give great credit to Roman Reigns, and I hope when he comes back he's at 100% and hopefully ready to capture yet another United States Championship. Right now, though, Daniel Bryan dealing with Luke Harper. But since he went outside and since he got distracted since he distracted himself with Dolph Ziggler, he's been incredibly off his game, and Harper's been in control since. And now Harper with a pin. Only a 1 count, though. He's not done enough. He's doing moves to Bryan, but he's not doing enough punishing moves. Oh no. Yeah, look, this is actually a smart tactic though by Harper. He's taking out the legs of Bryan. He's taking out his kick-based offense. Tremendous idea. Oh no, truck stop to Bryan. And Bryan still fights out at 1. The heart of Bryan is tremendous. He just got clocked by that fist. Oh no. Now Luke Harper looking to end it. 3 punches. Discus clothesline. Is Bryan out? Yes, he is. Luke Harper wins. But you gotta think that Dolph Ziggler had so much to play in that match.
Here is your winner, representing the family,
If it wasn't for Dolph Ziggler, would Luke Harper have won? Because Bryan looked like he was about to have that one won, and then decided to go in the string of momentum. He went for the Bisaku knee kick to Dolph Ziggler. That didn't work, and it just went all downhill for Bryan from there. 2 great showings by Daniel Bryan over these last 2 Raws, but he's not getting a win, and he's getting too involved with Dolph Ziggler in his mind. He's done too much in his mind, and he's making too many mistakes in his matches. Alright, should we move on now to Bray Wyatt vs Kurt Angle? If Kurt Angle wins, he gets that man right there at Vengeance for the United States Championship. But if Bray Wyatt wins, we'll find a new #1 contender. Let's see what happens when that match takes place next.
The following contest is scheduled for one fall. Making his way to the ring, from Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, Kurt Angle.
Kurt Angle coming down in the ring. After his win over Luke Harper last week, Kurt Angle asks, why am I not #1 contender already? You know, I showed myself for the win over Harper, a very good competitor. So Kurt Angle already feels like he should be #1 contender and not have to go through this match with Bray Wyatt. But that being said, he thinks Bray Wyatt is another tremendous competitor. And I guess beating 2 very good superstars shows that he is ready for that title match at Vengeance. I still think that this is going to be a very tough challenge for for Kurt Angle.
Approaching the ring, representing the family, from Baton Rouge, Louisiana, Brad Wyatt.
Because you got to look at it in this way. Bray Wyatt just saw Luke Harper get a win, which means extra momentum for Bray Wyatt. And it also, Bray Wyatt is a very versatile opponent. He can go through it, he can take a lot of beatings like we saw with against Mark Henry at Judgment Day, but he will come back the next night and he will be in action. So Bray Wyatt is one of those guys that he is definitely out there. He is definitely a weird one, but he uses that weird lifestyle of his, he uses that outlandish lifestyle to help him in the ring and to become one of the most difficult opponents to defeat. However, that being said, Kurt Angle is one of the best competitors on Raw, and in my eyes really should be up there for the WWE Championship. But right now, he's got intentions to take a second United States Championship, and all the more for him, I guess. If that's what he's going to go for, then fair enough. But let's see what happens if Kurt Angle can go through Bray Wyatt and go on to Vengeance to try and take that title from Luke Harper. Of course, Luke Harper will actually might be wanting that match because he's going to want to get revenge on Kurt Angle for beating him last week. But at the same time, Harper might just not want to take on Angle. He might just want a different competitor. We don't know with the Wyatt family. They're a strange pair. So you can never be too sure what they're actually, thinking and going through with and planning. Alright, but with that being said, let's focus on right now. Kurt Angle and Bray Wyatt are having a bit of a back and forth match right now. Angle with the go behind. Nope, that does not pay off. Bray Wyatt with a quick reversal. Huge shoulder tackle there, taking down Kurt Angle, but Angle so just such a technical machine and so skilled that he can get up immediately and go right back on the offensive like we just saw there with that German suplex. But the same applies to Bray Wyatt. He can fight back right away, and a tilt-a-whirl backbreaker to Kurt Angle. Bray Wyatt temporarily showing off for a moment there while he was in control, but that's been taken away now. Back to an even ground with a belly-to-belly from Kurt Angle. Kick to the gut, front face lock. Ducks under and a neck breaker there from Bray Wyatt. And look at this once again. Trying to just show how dominant he can be, but Kurt Angle was right up in the middle of that and was prepared to fight again. Really focusing on the neck right now. Bray Wyatt is. A few neck breakers there, but there's another tilt-a-whirl backbreaker. Kurt Angle always up in time to fight back. Tremendous heart and guts from Kurt Angle here. But Bray Wyatt still taking him back down. Bray Wyatt still with the control. And Wyatt now with a Uranagi. He may actually close this one out. Pin on Angle. 2. No. Kurt Angle kicks out at 2. Ooh, Bray Wyatt kicked down to the outside. These two go now. Oh god, huge. I don't know if that was a punch or a clothesline there by Angle, but whatever it was, it definitely connected. And now back in the ring. Bray Wyatt trying to remove the turnbuckle, but Kurt Angle stopping him there. Drop kick to the leg. Kurt Angle bounces off the turnbuckle, bounces back though and reverses. Bray Wyatt, string of reversals now by both men. Belly to belly by Angle. Bray though moves out of the way. Drop kicks the leg again. What's Bray Wyatt planning here? He's got him by the head. He's getting reversed by Kurt Angle, but Kurt Angle gets reversed. Knees the gut of Bray. These two men really going back and forth. Has been quite a good matchup by both men. Bray Wyatt though, Sister Abigail, just like that. Is that it for Angle? 1, 2, 3. Yes, it is. Kurt Angle, not the #1 contender. Bray Wyatt makes sure that a new contender is going to be found. Bray Wyatt stopping Kurt Angle in his tracks.
Representing the family, Brad Wyatt.
The Wyatt family looking tremendous tonight. Both men picking up wins over two very tough opponents and two former United States champions as well. So great job there by both men. Wyatt family really coming to their own on Raw now. But let's head down to our main event. Triple H, who we know was who was originally scheduled to take on Mark Henry, has been rearranged. His opponent will be revealed next.
Making his way to the ring, from Greenwich, Connecticut, weighing 244 pounds, Triple H.
Triple H says that Mark Henry's act that he performed earlier tonight to get himself out of the main event was disrespectful, disrespecting the Raw brand, disrespecting the fans that paid money to see Triple H versus Mark Henry, and disrespecting that WWE Championship. You know, as a champion, you got to be ready to go in that main event. You are the man of Raw, but Mark Henry doesn't care about that. Triple H said he was looking forward to taking on Mark Henry and looking to further capitalize on what Daniel Bryan was able to do last week and potentially be the first man to defeat Mark Henry, but Henry has run away from Triple H. Henry has run away from the main event. Out of, as of course he put it, boredom of winning. Boredom of going on in the main event. Boredom of beating the same talents. Whatever, I guess it just means that we get a different main event. Let's see who Triple H is taking on here tonight. Oh my god.
And approaching the ring from Minneapolis, Minnesota, weighing 287 pounds, Brock Lesnar.
I should have seen this one coming. An old rival of Triple H's. These two men had so many battles on SmackDown. Triple H only coming out the victor once. Can he do it again here tonight? I don't know. But we will see in our main event here tonight. Let's see what happens when these two men go at it. I mean, it's still a powerhouse. It's just scary, and it's Brock Lesnar. Alright, here we go. Triple H out of the block straight away to Brock Lesnar. Lesnar can fight back just as well. These two, such a storied past, continuing it on here tonight. Continuing on the sort of feud of matches that they had. They always went toe-to-toe with each other, and they always knocked the daylights out of each other. Will they do the same here tonight in the main event? I don't know. But let's see what these two are going to do.
He's putting those educated feet to good use.
Here we go. Brock Lesnar wrenching the arm right now, but I was about to say Kurt Angle. I said his name so much recently. Brock Lesnar with a German suplex. Huge, huge German suplex to Triple H. I wasn't expecting Brock Lesnar. I mean, I should have seen it coming. But I was expecting Finn Balor to actually be the man to take on Triple H, because, you know, Finn Balor had a chance in the newly debuted Cesaro's Open Challenge on Velocity for that television championship, and I was actually expecting Finn Balor to be the man to step up here tonight in the main event, but nope. Brock Lesnar. I think the last time these two men went up against each other, it was Brock Lesnar who was defeated by Triple H, so I guess Lesnar saw the vacancy and wanted to get a match in. And getting a match in he is right now. He is really taking it to Triple H.
Now, who does a methodical pace benefit, King? Well,
just punching away, teeing off on Triple H, but Triple H can fight back like no other.
So I don't know. Lesnar stops that one.
Triple H now clotheslining down Brock Lesnar, doing his taunt thing. I don't know what that is. Irish whip brings him back. Nice neck breaker there by Triple H, trying to quickly get Brock Lesnar weighed down so we can get that pedigree on and get the win. Of course, Triple H needs this win here tonight to avenge last week's count-out loss to Dolph Ziggler. We know that Ziggler is going to feel on top of the world after winning. Even if it was by count-out, Dolph Ziggler will always cherish a victory. And Triple H needs to bounce back from that here tonight. And he is doing so very well against Brock Lesnar. Lesnar in trouble. Spinebuster already. Triple H, I guess, so irate at Mark Henry not stepping up for the match that he is really giving it to Brock Lesnar. And he's looking to win it. Pedigree to Lesnar. No way. Triple H has won already. 1, 2. No. Why am I not surprised? Brock Lesnar kicks out at 2. Brock Lesnar continues to fight on. Back suplex. Huge maneuver there. Neck breaker though again by Triple H. As he does another one of his taunt things. Brock Lesnar still was down on the mat for quite a while there. Triple H may have learned a few more things since his last encounter with the Beast, and he is... Oh wow, they just traded off. They hit each other with similar blows and neither man moved. These two are just sort of freaks in their own right. They can endure so much pain. Uh-oh, I wouldn't do that with you. Back to the Brock Lesnar. That is why. German suplex by Lesnar. Uh-oh. Double axe handle to the back. Brock Lesnar looking like he's back in control now. But Triple H replying back. And speaking of back, here's a back suplex. What can he do? Irish whip reversed. DDT there. Wait a minute, that's not... Oh, we're going to see what we saw last week? Yes, DDT. Oops. Oh, yes we are! Stealing a finishing move. Triple H with the F5. Trying to embarrass Brock Lesnar. Can he do it? 1, 2. Triple H defeats Brock Lesnar in the main event of Raw. Mark Henry may have made the right choice by running away because Triple H just beat Brock Lesnar. That was a huge win. Triple H, perhaps next in line for the WWE title. We don't know yet, but he wants that title shot, I think, after what we just saw. But wow, that was unsuspecting. I mean, nice F5 to finish things off there by Triple H. And all in all, I think I would love to see Triple H be the man to defeat Mark Henry for that WWE title. It would be great to see Triple H finally with a title around his waist. But who knows? I certainly don't. But Triple H might be next in line for a WWE Championship shot, and I really hope it is him who wrestles and stuff. But anyway, yes, that ends this episode of Raw. We saw Mark Henry just get his job done quickly against Macho Man, despite his new tag team partner Bobby Roode and Rick Rude just couldn't get off to the best of starts with him, as Steiner and Goldberg easily got the win. The distractions from Dolph Ziggler helped Luke Harper defeat Daniel Bryan. Bray Wyatt stops Kurt Angle from becoming the #1 contender, and even though Brock Lesnar stepped up to the challenge of the vacancy filled by Mark Henry, Triple H still overcame that challenge and won the match, and might be next in line for a WWE Championship shot, and might be the next WWE Champion. Anyway, that ends episode of Raw. Thank you guys for watching. Take care. Ta-ra.